So today I'm gonna talk about the movie Halloween. And no, I'm not talking about the 2018 version that just came out, because why would I? I'm talking about the 2007 version, the Rob Zombie one, which is, Jesus, it's 11 years old now. That's kind of crazy. That's the movie I'm gonna talk about, because I haven't seen the 2018 one. I might not see the 2018 one. I've only seen 3 Halloween movies. The first two, and then the Rob Zombie remake. The first one I saw was the original Halloween. It's one of the earliest horror movies I saw. It didn't like scare me or anything, but it was one of the earliest horror movies I saw, and I was just never a fan of that genre in general. And more recently, I'd started getting into it a little more. And then I saw the 2007 Rob Zombie version. And then I decided more recently that I would give the second Halloween movie a chance. I didn't really care for that one at all. I'll be honest, I don't think it's aged that well. I know some people are gonna like it, but I don't think it aged that well. There's some ridiculous parts that just don't make sense or too much of a stretch. And he's like running around this hospital, this huge big hospital. There's like 5 other people in there. And like the whole premise is built on the fact that there was just this other random guy who happened to be about the same size as Michael Myers, also wearing a William Shatner mask, who got hit by a car and exploded. So everyone just kind of assumed that was Michael, because that's the only logical thing would to assume that was Michael, because what are the chances that there is a whole other person dressed like Michael Myers just wandering the same city in Halloween? And what Halloween costume is that? You know, why are you dressing up as the janitor version of William Shatner? Why? That doesn't that doesn't make any sense to me at all. And the best part of that movie, of Halloween 2, is the opening scene where he goes, "You don't know what death is." It's like one of the best opening scenes to a movie I can think of. But it's downhill pretty quick from there. So the Rob Zombie Halloween movie, like I said, I'm not a Halloween fan really. So Halloween isn't like this sacred franchise that can't be touched at all, and don't want to mess with it or ruin a good thing. It's just kind of okay. It's a horror movie that I saw. There's a lot of horror movies that I like more than the first Halloween movie. So yeah, I watched the new Halloween movie. It's got the kid from Spy Kids in it. He plays a bully. It's got Malcolm McDowell. He's a pretty cool actor. He was in Heroes. It's got the girl from like Halloween 5, who like it's the girl who plays Laurie Strode's daughter. She plays a character from the first Halloween movie. I don't know. It's confusing. I think it's got Brad Dourif in it too. Brad Dourif's pretty cool. He's a good actor. He was in Lord of the Rings also. And yeah, for what it's worth, I liked the movie. Honestly, I know it does the number one thing you're not supposed to do in a horror movie, which is explain your villain too much. Like, we don't want the backstory. You don't want the backstory of Michael Myers. You don't want the backstory of Freddy Krueger or Jason or any of these people that I don't honestly care about at all. So I guess I don't care if we get a backstory or not of these people, because I don't care about them in the first place. I don't care about Michael Myers, so I don't care if we get a backstory or not. And so I just kind of watched this, like, comparing it to the first one, in a way, I guess. And it's like RoboCop, which is completely strange, but the Rob Zombie Halloween and the 2014 RoboCops are similar to the original, but different enough that it still makes it interesting. It still kind of reinvents that story in a way. I think the Rob Zombie movie benefits from explaining Michael, from giving some backstory to Michael. And it's still I wouldn't even consider explaining to be the right word, because it's just kind of like, yeah, this kid has no soul, he's evil, and oh look, he's escaping and gonna kill people. Danny Trejo's in it too. Well, bummer they killed him. Spoiler alert. Yeah, he doesn't get a backstory or anything really. I mean, yeah, he's bullied. His mom's a stripper. His stepdad, I don't know, maybe his stepdad's an asshole. His sister's a jerk. So yeah, he kills a bunch of people pretty brutally, I might add. He kills, I think what he beats up Spy Kid's kid with like a stick. And then he like he stabs his sister and his sister's boyfriend. And he duct tapes up his possible stepdad and stabs him too. If he's like unconscious enough to be duct taped up, then you don't have to duct tape him up in the first place. You could just go ahead with the stabbing. But you know, whatever. I feel like I don't know where I was going. But yeah, it didn't hurt. Explain the backstory, and I think it was an interesting way to deviate from the original story. If I'm being completely honest, and I don't care about the original story, and I don't really care about this story, so I'm able to just, sit back and enjoy it. For what it's worth, and it's okay. I think it gets a hard rap, mostly from horror fans and Halloween fans, which I guess if you're neither of those two things, you'll probably like it, maybe like it. But if you're neither of those two things, why are you really watching it in the first place? And then also, I never saw the Rob Zombie Halloween 2, obviously. That looks insane. And I'm probably not gonna watch this 2018 Halloween movie either. This continuity, it's just all over the stinking place. Like, they made Halloween 1, then they made Halloween 2, and then they made Halloween 3, which was Halloween 3 in name only. It was about like toys killing people or something like that. I didn't pay attention. I didn't see it. And then they made 4 and 5. And then they made Halloween H2O, which is like, okay, 4 and 5 and 3 didn't happen, so now it's just Halloween 1, Halloween 2, and Halloween H2O. And then they made, I think it was called Halloween 6, although it was technically 7. I don't know. They made another one. So now it's Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 620, and Halloween 6 and or 7. And then they made 2 Rob Zombie movies. And then they're like, okay, those 2 Rob Zombie movies didn't do very well. People didn't like those movies. So now we're going to do a 2018 Halloween. But this is going to go all the way back and erase every movie except the first Halloween. Which is like a trend that's going on. And I don't like that trend. I don't like the retroactive sequels. Like, they're doing it with RoboCop. I see a lot of Halloween RoboCop connections here. But they're making another RoboCop movie that's going to erase RoboCop 2, 3, and maybe 4. I don't know. But they're making a RoboCop 2. And I don't like that. I don't like the insorting the movies and erasing the continuity and picking and choosing. Like, oh no, we don't really like this stuff, and we don't really want to reboot it because people don't want reboots. But the story's so messed up that we can't make a RoboCop 5 because it's off the walls crazy at this point. So let's just slide this in here and hope no one notices or get concerned. I've never seen RoboCop 2. I've only seen similar to Halloween. I've only seen the first RoboCop and the RoboCop remake. Neither one really impressed me too much. RoboCop 1 is a lot of fun, very quotable. Like I said, I just don't. I don't really care about horror movies too much, and especially the big franchises. Haven't seen any Jason movies. Haven't seen any Freddy movies. They're not even called that. It's called Texas Chains. It's called Friday the 13th, and it's called Nightmare on Elm Street, and it's called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's been 50 of each of them, and I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen the Amityville movies. There was like 5 Amityville movies in 2015 or something. They've made a lot of Amityville movies. I haven't seen any of them. I've seen all the Saw movies, though, for some reason. I've seen all the Saw movies. I've seen all the Thing movies. There's only 3 of the Thing movies. The often forgotten 1952 Thing from Another Planet/World, and then the 1982 Thing, and then the 2011 Thing with Joel Edgerton, which people don't like that one either. But I like it. I've seen all 3 of the Jeepers Creepers movies. Those are good. I've seen all 3 of the Joyride movies. The first one was good. The third one, not so much. The third one, they're like auto racers. It was weird. I would still see a Joyride 4. I think Rusty Nail is a very underrated horror villain. Which is a weird thing to say. I've seen all the Scream movies. I've seen the Scream TV show. MTV trash. I've seen Split. Split was good. Split was really good. Haven't seen Unbreakable. I'm probably gonna see Unbreakable because I'm looking forward to Glass very much. I've seen Hereditary and The Witch, A24 movies, very good. Highly recommend them. What else? Anything I can think of off the top of my head? Jaws. I don't know if Jaws is really a horror movie. It's more thriller, suspense, shark movies. Shark movies is like a whole new genre now. Saw The Meg. The Meg was terrible. Don't see The Meg. It's over by now, but still. Don't watch it on DVD. This was about Halloween, I promise you. Anything to say about Halloween? I feel like someone is in it that I'm forgetting. But probably not. I think the main character's name is like Scout or something like that, or Scoot. It's not Scoot McNairy. Oh, Tyler Mane, I think his name is. He played Michael Myers. He was like the dude who played the first Wolverine in X-Men he played the first Wolverine in just... No. He played the first Sabretooth in the very first X-Men movie, before Liev Schreiber came along and played him in the classic X-Men Origins Wolverine. And that was my review for the 2007 Rob Zombie Halloween.